Hi, I'm Niklas. I'm sitting here with Torben, Joyce and Maren. And Torben and I, we have invited Joyce and Maren to talk about their tribes. They are both from Tanzania, and maybe you two could introduce yourself real quick.
Hello, my name is Maren. I come from Tanzania and I live in Kilimanjaro region, and my tribe is Chagga. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Joyce. I'm also from Tanzania. I come from a region called Arusha, and I'm a Massai.
Yes. What is a Massai or a Chagga, and what is special about your tribe?
Massai is a tribe that comes, that's originally from the northern Kenya, also northwest Kenya, and around the lake called Lake Turkana. And they migrated during the 15th century, that's what I know, to the north parts of Arusha.
Okay.
And Chagga is originated from the Kilimanjaro region, the northern part of Tanzania, and is one of the third famous tribe in Tanzania.
I see. Do you speak any specific language in your tribe?
The Maasai speaks actually Maasai language, but there are also Maasais in different places in the northern Arusha where they speak also Swahili.
And for Chagga also they speak Chagga language, but also the Chagga people from different region of from the different part of Tanzania, they also speak Swahili and Chagga at the same time.
Okay.
Okay, and are there any other tribes in Tanzania? Like, how many are there?
In Tanzania, there are more than 120 approximately
That many?
tribes, and every tribe has their own taboos and culture in their languages. But we all speak one language, Swahili, in Tanzania.
Yes.
How is the relationship between your two tribes?
Chagga, for what I know, Chaggas, they're based in agriculture, like they grow crops mostly, and Maasais are more into pastoralism, that is keeping of animals, and that's how they are related to each other, because the Chagga needs land for agriculture and the Maasai needs the land for the animals.
Yeah.
So they sometimes have to interact and solve how the Maasais can keep the animals in the same land and how Chaggas can grow crops in the same land.
Okay.
And also the relationship between agriculture and animal keeping. And before they used to do trade, like we give the Maasai crops and the Maasai give us meat because they keep animals.
So you trade with each other?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you tell us something about the history of your tribes? Like, where's the origin of your tribes?
Like I said in the beginning, Maasais are originally from northern Kenya, northwest Kenya, around Lake Turkana. But also people say they also migrated from Somalia. But I'm not so sure about it. But I am very sure that they're from northern Kenya, and they migrated during the 15th and 18th century to North Arusha.
Is there any thing that shaped your tribe, like a war or plague? Anything special in that direction?
That I'm not sure about, but about Maasais, I think it's just how they all fit in one taboo, and then they just say like, okay, we're interested in this. Or some people are just born in the tribe, and then they move on with the same taboo. And also migration. They migrated a lot, I think, during the last years, because they keep animals, and animals move to fetch for food and water. So I think that's how they moved.
Okay.
And Chagga people are originated from Tanzania, the Kilimanjaro region, and that's it.
Okay, all right. Thank you. Is there like any sort of social hierarchy in your tribes? Like, are the younger people more respectful of older folk, or is there anything like this?
Well, in Chagga, when you are a young lady from maybe 6 years to 18 years, we always have, for ladies, always have like duties to do at home. Example, cleaning, washing, helping parents. And for the boys, always before they used to say that boys, they have to go to school because that's how they believe, like boys have power to go to school, but the ladies have to stay home and help the parents. For now, it's not the same anymore. Now everybody goes to school, but before it was like that.
Okay.
Yeah, and for Massai it's a little bit different. Also, for Massai, the kids stays with the mothers, and they help the mothers with the domestic duties like fetching water, because they live in most of the areas they lived in is semi-desert, so there's a lot of problems with scarcity of water. So that's what the kids helped with their mothers. Like that's exactly what they did. And when a kid is grows up from 18 to 35, they're regarded like as the strongest people in the community. So their work is more like securing the community and doing hard tasks. And also from 36 to an age of late 50, they are more like advisors and give directions, what should we do, and a little bit solve problems. And then the older people they are the main advisors. So if something happens in the community, they're the ones who they have to sit and then give solutions. And
it's like a council of
it's like a council.
People.
Exactly.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have to be born into a tribe, or can you choose your tribe when you're born?
Theoretically, you are born in a tribe because it depends your parents in which tribes they are also born. It's a little bit strange, but that's how it is. Like, for example, if your mama is a Sukuma, and that's another tribe in Tanzania, and maybe your father is a Massai, so theoretically you are Massai. So your kids, if you are a man, as you are born a boy and then later you become a man, you are theoretically also a Massai. So it won't matter who you marry, your kids will theoretically be Massais also.
So it's always about the father.
Exactly. Also there are also tribes which they base in the mother side, but most of the tribes base in the father side.
Okay. Can you leave or join another tribe?
I think it's theoretically, I can say it's impossible, because for us, like when you're born in a certain kind of a tribe, you can just say I'm leaving or something like that. But maybe if you're married to a person who is like a Chagga or a Massai, then theoretically you can follow your husband's tribe, or if you don't want to, it's okay, but always you, as we said, like you follow the man's side. So if you're married, if I'm maybe a Sukuma and my husband is a Massai, then I'll be a Massai. I'll be following their rules as Massai. But it's impossible to just...
Could I, as a German, when I moved to Tanzania, join a tribe?
I think about joining a tribe or wanting to be in a part of a tribe is only your desires. There's no specific rules that this person has to follow to be a certain person in a tribe, to belong in a tribe. It's just somebody's desire. So it's actually possible for a German to be a Maasai.
So there's no ritual to join, or I can just say I'm now a Maasai.
I can't say rituals. It's just if you desire to be in a certain tribe, probably you want to learn the culture, you want to participate in the community. So the moment you participate in the community, that's when you become a part of it. And especially when you live there, probably they will regard you as a Maasai.
But I have to be accepted probably by the older ones, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
What about religion? Like, can you believe what you want, or is there a certain religion that you are bound to believe in?
It everybody has to believe whatever they want to. In tribe, it doesn't, like, tribe is different from religion. It doesn't come together. So in like Chagga, we have Islamic, we have Christians, we have Catholic, every type of religion is there.
So it's really open. Yes.
It's the same to us, to the Massais, but from my experience, from the village where my father is born, it's like the village was more, there are people who came from other parts of the world and they were Catholics, and so they provided a lot of services. They built schools, so in return people thought they could go to the church because they built the church there. So most people became Catholics just because they had help from the people who moved there and started the schools, the churches, and that's why most of them are Catholics or Christians, I can say.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there are there any specific specialties of your tribe? Is there anything that makes you special from the other tribes?
In Chagga, most of the time when it's like Christmas time, the day before Christmas, we call it Chagga Day because most of all Chaggas around Tanzania come back to Kilimanjaro to celebrate Christmas. And most of the time there is a lot of queue in the traffics in the road because everybody wants to travel to go to Tanzania and to Kilimanjaro. That's something special because I have not experienced a lot of tribes doing that, so like having like a Chagga Day in Tanzania. And also in like wedding celebration, we do have a special cake which is not made of flour. It's a goat, and we like grill it and then we use it as a cake for wedding.
Okay. You told us that there is no religion that you have to follow, but Christmas is not celebrated by all religions.
Yeah.
How is that when you're Chagga but not a Christian?
All the Christians who are Chagga, but some Islamic people also just come home because it's just a holiday, and for Christian we go to church, but the Islamic people don't go to church, they just stay at home and celebrate it as a holiday.
Okay.
Yeah.
And by Massai's, there are a lot of things which are a little bit special because they're a little bit more different from other tribes.
Yeah, I think clothing is
the clothing
really,
is actually very different.
It's like I've been to Tanzania, I've visited, and we saw some Massai people, and they wore like not fancy, but they wore robes, and or often used like a big walking stick to with a lot of things dangling.
Yeah, and like I also failed to like maybe I have to also read more, but every dress they wear means something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's a way that a person dress, it looks like I'm single, like I can be, like you can come to me and approach me. And there are also clothes that they wear, it shows that I'm married, don't come to me please.
Okay. Okay.
And there are also clothes which they're like, every clothes has meaning. And there's also for men that, okay, now I am single, so it's okay, I can come to you.
Oh, okay.
Like every clothes has a meaning.
Like, it's the same with accessories like earrings?
Also accessories. There are
okay.
some, and the rings you see for the women, the necklaces, I mean.
Yes.
I don't know if they're called necklaces, but they're so huge. And they also have different meanings. Like some means I'm married, some means I'm not married, some means I'm just there. Like
okay.
Yeah. So like
cool.
If somebody is young and then doesn't understand, or for example, I never used to understand. So I wore my mama's. She's not a Maasai, but she's married to a Maasai.
Yes.
I wore it and took a picture, and they saw it and they was like, "Oh, you're married! Congratulations!" But then I didn't know. I knew it after they told me that.
Ah, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Any other specialties like groceries or food? Anything special in that?
I think you already talked about it. Like the Chagga do a lot of agriculture. Is that right?
Yeah. We are most known for eating bananas. And also we create banana beer.
Oh, yes.
and we call it mbege. That's something also special. We always drink it during the Christmas holiday when we meet all together as a clan or as a tribe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And by Massais, of course, you can relate their pastoralists. Like they keep a lot of animals, so probably they eat a lot of meat and milk. Yeah.
Okay. I think you already told us a little bit, but what is the way you grow up, like from baby to a young boy or girl to teenager until you are like a young adult? Can you tell us a bit more about that?
As for me, my father was of course born in the villages, like the interior Massai village, and then he my grandfather was a doctor, and as I said, there were people who came. I think they're from Canada, I'm not so sure, but they came there during those years, and they worked together with my grandpa and other people to help people there in the village, because it was so hard with the healthy services and everything. And thereafter, my papa went to school and his siblings, and then they moved out because they grew up. So my papa moved out and went to live in a city.
Okay.
And married. During late years, the Maasais were not allowed to marry other tribes. It was a rule, like you were supposed to marry a Maasai. But my papa married somebody else, and it was more like, oh, you were like breaking a little bit of rule. But then he married somebody else, and then he moved to the city, and thereafter we were born also there. So like I'm not actually born in the rules, Maasai rules and taboos, but we actually go there and I've learned them because I know I'm a Maasai. But generally I have grown in a family, a religious family. My mama and papa are Christians, they are Catholics, both of them. And I can say I grew in a community of sharing, a community of talking to each other so much, like a community of a lot of people together, like togetherness every time. Relatives always comes at home. That's how we grew up. And also a little bit, my father was a little bit strict when I was a teenager. So like I didn't do most of the stuff because he was very, very strict. He's a little bit polite, but very strict too. Like I can't go out at night, you can't go do this and this. Yeah, and I have not really experienced the intense taboos of the Maasai, but I have got to learn them.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what about you, Maren?
Well, I grew up in a Chagga village, but not typical Chagga village like how it was in the past. And I would say my like the community, it's community of like togetherness. If somebody may be sick or something, we all, like my parents have to tell you, oh, you have to greet this old woman, you have to take something there to say sorry. And yeah, and also I also had street parent and street Oma and Opa. Sometimes when as a girl you have to dress a dress, not a trouser. If you wear a trouser, my grandma sometimes tells you, why do you wear like a man? You have to wear a dress. And for me it's because I was also living with the volunteers at home, and I see them wearing trousers. I got so like, why are they wearing trousers and I'm not allowed to wear this? But they're also ladies. Yeah, and I grew up also in a religious family. My mom is a Catholic, my dad is a Lutheran, but both I got to learn both Catholic and Lutheran, and I both like them. But I'm following my father's side because that's how it is, but also I like it. So I'm also a Lutheran. And yeah.
So in both of your tribes, family means like a lot. It's like really important. Is that right?
Yeah, family means a lot in everything, in shaping who you're becoming, because it's the persons you live and the people are always around you. Yeah.
Okay.
And how we grew up, most of us, is we were if you have a cousin somewhere or auntie somewhere, you have to visit them to bond that community. So we always are together.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Thank you, Joyce and Maren. And back to the studio.